How's it going, guys? It's Doc. We have a ton of big economic data for both Bitcoin, the entire cryptocurrency market, and traditional stocks. In this video, I'm going to break it all down for you. I packaged all this data. I'm putting a nice bow on it, having some fun with it, and I'm going to make this super digestible. So if you guys get any value out of this, consider hitting the like button, subscribe, turn on noties so YouTube can push you guys more crypto related content. I respect your guys' time. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it. So right now, Bitcoin, we're up a little bit. This is the 4-hour chart. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. You can see right here, Bitcoin, we're flirting with $98,000. I'm not super concerned about price right now. I do not think this is the end of the bull market. But with that being said, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Really, what I'm looking for Bitcoin to do is to break out of this trend line, right? We need to turn this resistance into support. So I suspect we're going to kind of dabble around a little bit, and the market, specifically Bitcoin, is waiting for this economic data to come out throughout the week to decide what to do. So this is Bitcoin. I just really want to quickly take a look at Bitcoin dominance. It's still really high, right? We've been chopping up in this 61% range. Alt season is not here yet. This needs to get lower. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. So this is the Into the Cryptoverse. This is Benjamin Cohen's website. He's got a lot of economic data here. I broke it down to what I think is the most important and crypto specific. So I say here, we got a huge week of just economic data and events, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about here in a second. So tomorrow, Fed Chair Powell, he's going to deliver his biannual report to Congress, starting with the Senate Banking Committee, and that's at 10 a.m. Eastern, okay? So historically, if you guys remember, Powell, he's had some pretty eventful showings, for lack of a better term, in front of the Senate Banking Committee. I suspect he's going to come out and be neutral. He may be slightly hawkish with some of his tariffs concerns, but really we're just going to wait and see. So he's speaking not only on Tuesday, but he's also speaking on Wednesday, right? And on Wednesday, he's actually speaking with the House Financial Services Committee. Both of these are at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, on Wednesday, we also have some more info that comes out. We have core CPI, which is just month over month for January. And right, it makes sense why it's January, because we always report the previous month. Obviously, we're going to have CPI month over month. So we have core CPI here, and then just normal CPI here. And then obviously we're going to have CPI year over year. So this inflation data is really going to gauge how concerned the Fed needs to be, right? Because the inflation data really dictates how interest rates are going to work out here in the US. So we can actually look this up. We'll switch this to the daily. So right now, this is the US's interest rates, and we're not going to be getting any interest rates anytime soon, right? We can actually look this up just super quick. We'll go to the Fed Watch tool. And this is all related. This is why I want to show this. So right at the March meeting, March 19th, there's a 93% chance that the interest rate stays exactly where it is, right? That's 4.25 to 4.5%. And you can see that here. Do not expect a cut in March, but the reason that I'm bringing this up is this CPI inflation data is going to help the Fed guide their decisions, what they're going to do with the inflation data later in the year. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, and then PPI. This is the producer price index, and then the Fed total assets. The Fed total assets, I'm going to be watching this super closely. I don't want to beat a dead horse because I feel like we talk about this a lot, but what this Fed total asset means, this means if we're in quantitative tightening or quantitative easing. So we are waiting, right? That's what the tweet says, Fed total assets. And that's what we're looking at here, right? Fed total assets. You can see that here. We are waiting for the Fed to stop quantitative tightening, right? Because this is tough for the market. Think of this as when the Fed is pulling liquidity out of the system, and that's bad for risk assets like Bitcoin, the Russell 2000, NASDAQ. So we don't even need them to turn on the money printer yet. We just need them to stop quantitative easing. So I'm going to be looking out for that on Thursday. And then on Friday, we have US retail sales data. This one, I put it on here. It's not as important as the data points that we have on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, but I do think it's important to track this because then this can give us a little bit of a look behind the curtain to see how the overall economy is doing. So you guys subscribe to me here on YouTube and you follow me on Twitter because I deliver really good information in a simple, easy, digestible way, and I try to do it as fast as possible. So give me a sub on Twitter. I'm going to make sure to fill you guys up with up-to-date info as this kind of plays out. Just really wanted to quick show you. I talked about this in my last video. I did put a 10x long on Pepe. I think there's some cool information coming out of here. And I think it's a little bit oversold right now. So I took a little bit of a riskier play doing a 10x long, but if you guys are interested in this, you can take a look at my last video. I kind of broke down my thesis as to why I did this 10x on Pepe. Also, link down below is my BTCC link. You guys can get a 10% bonus for first-time deposits. Guys, this is up to 10 Gs. You also get way, way lower trading fees with leverage when you sign up with my link below. This is a no KYC, no VPN, right? That means you don't need to give them any of your personal information. And guys, you can do leverage plays up to 500x on projects like Bitcoin, Solana, ETH. On Pepe, for example, you can do a 50x. So link down below. They're a partner of the channel, so it helps me out. Okay, other big news. North Carolina, they just introduced a bill to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve, right? We're getting more and more states. And I talked about this in my video last night, how it seems like this just keeps increasing week by week by week. And I really liked this tweet by Dan Spuler because he says that North Carolina, they're going to take this bill deadly serious, right? They're talking about states that have the bills already died. And if we look here on this bitcoinlaws.io website, all the states here in orange, these are states that have a strategic Bitcoin reserve in place. Well, if we scroll down, we can see the bill for North Dakota and Wyoming, it's already dead in the water. Now, I'm hearing some rumblings on Twitter that they're actually going to reintroduce legislation in Wyoming and North Dakota to try to get this back up and rolling. I'll try to keep you guys up to date on that. But the most recent state, North Carolina, they're taking this deadly serious, which is really great to see. The other cool thing is if you toggle this button down here, which you can't see because my camera's in the way, this button right here, this shows states that not only have a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but also some type of digital asset or cryptocurrency bill in place. So there's 28 states that have bills such as that in place, and then 21 states that have a specific bill to Bitcoin. I suspect this number, it's at 21 right now, it's going to be over half the country, 25 states in just a matter of time. So big economic data coming out this week. Starts tomorrow with Fed Powell's biannual report to Congress. And this is big, right? Because it's to the Senate Banking Committee. We have a new regime of folks in there, and these guys are way more crypto friendly. This is me on YouTube. Give me guys a sub if you guys got any value out of this. It really does help out. This is me on Twitter. Sub is really appreciated. I do want to just kind of give a plug to Kate O'Neill's channel. At some point this week, we're going to try to do a live stream together. He really is an awesome follow in the YouTube space. I feel like I've gotten to know him a little bit better over the past few weeks. A solid guy. He has a ton of insight. And something unique about Kate is he's actually a CPA throughout his normal day job. So I feel like he has a valuable take on a lot of things. So guys, if you got any value out of this, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on noties. Let me know down below, do you think this economic data is going to help or hurt Bitcoin? And if you made it this far in the video, let me know what you're drinking down below. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next one.